More than just love, the quiet power of a father's pride. How I'm proud of you shapes one's world. The weight of a single sentence can sometimes feel heavier than a lifetime of conversation. We often hear that I love you is the peak of human expression, the ultimate verbal bond between a parent and a child, or in any relationships. But for many people, there is a different phrase that carries a unique, almost electric resonance. It is the simple acknowledgement, I'm proud of you. Exploring why these four words hold such a specific power requires looking at the quiet architecture of the father-kid relationship. In many cultures and families, love is treated as a baseline, a constant unspoken background noise. It is expected, but pride feels like a mountain that has been climbed. It feels like a bridge built between two generations, one of which sacrificed its own comfort so the other could have a better view. The silent contract of sacrifice. When we look at the life of a father who has spent decades working, the narrative is rarely about personal glory. It is usually about a long, slow series of subtractions. He subtracts his own hobbies, his own rest, and sometimes his own dreams, all to add to the foundation of his kid's life. This isn't always a dramatic, cinematic sacrifice. It's found in the mundane. It's in the extra shift at work, the decision to keep the old car for 5 more years, and the quiet endurance of a job that offers no joy but provides a steady paycheck. For the kid, growing up under this umbrella of sacrifice creates a strange kind of pressure. It isn't necessarily a bad pressure, but it is a constant awareness that his life was bought with someone else's time. This creates a deep-seated desire not just to be loved, but to be validated. If a father says he loves his kid, he is confirming a bond of blood. If he says he is proud, he is confirming that the sacrifice was worth it. He is saying, I see what you have done with the chances I gave you. Why pride hits differently. There is a fundamental difference in how we process these emotions. Love is an anchor. It keeps us safe. But pride is a wind in the sails. It pushes us forward. When a person hears I love you, it offers a sense of security. It means he has a place to return to if they fails. But I'm proud of you is an observation of growth. It is an objective look at a person's character, their resilience, and their victories. For a young guy or lady trying to find their way in a world that often feels indifferent, knowing that the primary man in his life, the one who knows his flaws better than anyone, looks at him and sees a winner is a transformative experience. It changes the internal monologue. The winning mentioned in the original thought isn't always about trophies or bank accounts. Often, it's about the moment a person handles a crisis with the same strength his father once showed, or when he builds something of his own from scratch. The pride comes from the recognition of shared values passed down through action rather than words, the mirror of the father. To explore this further, we have to look at the father's perspective. A father's pride is often a form of quiet reflection. In his kid's success, he sees a version of himself that got to go further. He sees the fruit of his labor. The win for the son or daughter is in many ways the ultimate win for the father. It is the proof that the hard years and the long sacrifices weren't just lost time. They were an investment in a future he wouldn't necessarily get to inhabit himself. This is why the phrase, do it for the person who sacrificed his whole life, carries such weight. It isn't an obligation, it's a realization of a cycle. Most sons eventually reach an age where they look at their fathers not as invincible heroes, but as men who had their own fears and struggles. In that moment of clarity, the son realizes that his own success is the only way to repay a debt that the father never actually asked to be paid. The quiet victory. In the end, the search for pride is really a search for connection. We live in a world where we are constantly told to do it for ourselves. We are told that our own happiness is the only metric that matters. But there is a deep, ancient satisfaction in knowing you have honored the person who came before you. When a child succeeds, and they seize that look of genuine pride in their father's eyes, a circle closes. It is a moment where words are almost unnecessary, yet I'm proud of you becomes the perfect summary. It acknowledges the past, the sacrifice, the present, the achievement, and the future, the legacy. It is a recognition that the torch has been passed successfully, and that the long road the father walked has finally led to a beautiful destination. This is Yanji signing off.